Alright, so the wind has picked up. It's been crazy today. The power's been on and off. I've been at work. I haven't been home too long. I noticed my door's all blown around. It's been crazy. Big weather change coming for sure. When I left for work this morning, it was plus 15, believe it or not, this morning. And when I left work a few towns over, it said 8 on my truck and 11 when I got here. So it's about 12 inside the shop here. And it's supposed to drop way down tonight. And I think that's going to probably be it for our good weather. So there's going to be another big move. All of the cupped pomegranates I think I'll put in my camper. And everything else will have to go into the house. So, yeah. I gotta start this big move, and I'm gonna start it right after I eat my food, because my food's almost made. Oh, it's even windier now. And, had my supper. Oop. Let's see what the temperature is here. It is down to exactly 10. So we're dropping. So we gotta get this move underway. Unfortunately, this little brat here needs a run, so I gotta run him before it gets dark, because I can do the move even if it's dark. So, I'll be back. Little update on my succulents. So, they've been under these grow lights in the trailer, and they're all starting to go completely upright. The Adenium's getting all new growth on it. Everything's starting to point straight up. It all came up very nicely. I'm getting lots of new growth on everything. You can see new growth everywhere, which I'm assuming is a good sign. This one here still has a lot of wrinkled leaves, but you can see all the roots hanging out all over the place, and these guys are still out in the trailer. But I need the space here, so I'm going to be bringing these guys into the house. I'm still in awe of all of these. Crazy. No sogginess, nothing. Very nice. I've just been afraid to move them in case they're still just trying to root. But I see enough new growth all over everything. I should be able to safely move them into the house now. But everything's straightened up pretty nice. These little guys are so cute. Yeah. I'll get that eagle in there once it's rooted. I think he'll like living up at the top of that big guy here. Maybe up here. Whoa. Wowee, eh? Anyways, I gotta get stuff moving. It's dark now, and it's quite cold. It's dropped another 4 degrees or so, so I'm gonna get moving. So, my big guy's gonna have to stay out here. I gotta cut them up before I can bring them in. I gotta bring this guy into the trailer. And I'm gonna bring these cuttings into the trailer. I'm gonna leave the pomegranates out, these ones. I know they can take the cold, they won't have a problem. And then my hardy trees will stay out here, my tomatoes will have to stay out here. I'll put the door down. And I just gotta bring my sea onions in. And then I'll call it a day. Actually, work got cancelled for tomorrow, so I will be doing some potting, I believe, and some cutting and some, yeah. So I'm just gonna finish up, and I'll show you what it looks like in all the spots where I shoved everything. All right, so I can only fit this much stuff in the trailer. I only put the ones out here that needed work before they got brought in the house. And, yeah. And I didn't want to move my golem jade. It's not planted super deeply. And I was just afraid to walk all that way with it. I'll leave it out here as long as I can. It should be fine out here. It actually is pretty much the same temperature as inside the house. And if push comes to shove, I've got full propane tanks, so I can start the furnace up and keep all these guys nice and warm. And there's the $50 challenge forest. That's definitely going to need a trim before it comes in the house. I was hoping to get some landscaping done. I scored a day off tomorrow, so there's a loader broken down, which is kind of nice. I've got lots to do. Lots of projects, as you see all this weird stuff in here, and it's all the different projects I'm planning for that'll be in upcoming videos. And this is just a garden plant. I really love this flower. Somebody said I could grow it inside the house. Last year it was a fail because those thrips, but this year I'll try again. And then, yeah, we'll go into the house and see what I did in there. We'll have to be nice and quiet because the kids are sleeping now. So we're in the house now. Oh, can't see. Let's turn some light on. So, I've got everything here on a plant stand. This is just temporary. Ow. I didn't have time to set it up the way I wanted to. So I've got everything just sort of laid out wherever it fits. So I gotta water everything right away in the morning. My bougainvillea is dropping leaves. It's what they do when you bring them in the house, and they do the same thing when you take them outside. Completely normal. Yeah. And my little runt. My little runt fig here. He's already getting fig leaves, so small. It's hilarious. Now, I noticed that these figs are very reactant. So, if you don't turn them every single day, they'll totally bend right toward the window. You can see this one here, I just turned it. And that one I haven't turned yet. And you have to do it every single day. Turn them to face the window. They're so fantastic. Can't believe these came from seed. They're growing so fast. It's amazing. So yeah, that's it for now. Okay, so I gotta cut this guy up. Sorry, big guy. I also have to add, ow, 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 ow. Don't touch the stems, they're prickly. So I also have to add more soil in the pot because it flipped over a few times after the greenhouse incident, and when I had it outside of the shelter here, the wind just takes it right over. And there's some pelicans, it sounds like, flying by, or maybe the sandhill cranes. So if you hear some alien-like noises, that's not me. It's out there. Yeah. So yeah, I have to do this today. Let's see. So this guy's root ball, when I got him, or her, or it, or it's a tree. When I got this group of trees, they wanted to keep the pot, so I plopped it into a bag, brought it home, and plopped it into here. I never did anything with the roots. So I'm just going to lift it up and see if it actually rooted down into the pot. If I can lift it up. Come on! And it did. So it's rooted down to the bottom of the pot. But it never came out of this root ball for some reason. I'll show you that real quick here. So it's got this root ball in here. Well, it's got this root ball over there that you can't see because it flipped over, because that's what it does. There's the root ball. There, see? And it's never grown out of that. And this is its second year here. I'm hoping not too many branches broke, but let's see if I can put the camera back without taking my foot off of the... Yeah, almost there. Now, can you guys see? Because I can't see the camera. There we go. Oh yeah, you guys can see. Yeah. Okay. Take two. So, I have to get soil to put in here. Now I'm just going to use regular potting soil for this guy. Let's see if I can get some of these roots untangled here. It's all dry up here anyway. Maybe they'll spread out. I was hoping to kind of take these trees apart, but when I asked in some of the Facebook groups, they said I should leave it as a clump. So, yeah, I left it as a clump. Oh boy. I should probably lower it, but I think this is just roots that are here. I don't think there's... roots that grew up. Okay. Yeah. It was on sale. Now the pot is broken. That happened when the greenhouse landed on it, but it's all I have, so it'll stay in there another year. I don't want to do too much to the roots yet until I figure out what's going to happen after I cut the top. I've been afraid to cut it. I cut a bunch of the branches, and the branches all came back really nice. So I'm hoping the top will do the same. Pack it in there with my hands, or as Tom would say, fire it in there. Just fire it in there. Fire it in there. If you don't watch Tom from Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors, you don't know what you're missing. You should go and watch him. Ow. Don't touch that. It's really prickly. So I've got a lot of conflicting information with this big guy here. Some of the sites I've read stuff on say you can't cut it. Some say you can. Some say it's not even a Norfolk Island Pine, that it's a Clark Pine. That Norfolk Island Pine aren't even on the market. They're all mistakenly labeled. No idea. And then they're saying there's some that have them as bonsai and say that they cut just fine and bonsai just fine and whatnot. I'm not sure. But it needs to be cut down. I can't keep this guy this big. I just cannot do it. And there's nowhere else that will take him, this one right now. Him, her, it's tree. We'll take this tree right now. The conservatory, I think has one or two, but they're not taking any new stuff right now. They're always on the verge of closing, so it's understandable. Oh boy, empty down there. There are some voids. There are some voids in the pot. Soil. There. All right. All right. Nearly there. Oh. There, that should do it. Make sure it's packed in there so the water doesn't just run right out. There we go. I'll just go get my tools. Ugh. Tools, check mark. Okay. So, all of the leaves I cut, branches, I guess, leaves, I don't know. All of them, well, this one's split into 3. Right here. How about that? But they all grew at least one part back. And you can see that it's smaller than the rest. If you can see that, sort of. I'll bring you in and show you. Ow. So this one is the one that grew 3. So I cut the branch here, and it grew back 3. This one grew back just the 1. These were facing away from the window, this side. And the side that was facing the window, I cut the branch here, and it grew back 2. And they're huge. And the same over here. This one only grew back 1. But you can see it's a different size than the other, but it's bigger because it was facing the window. So they are cuttable. They do prune and take it seemingly okay, I guess. So I just don't know if they can be topped. So I need to cut these tops off. So this is the new growth from this year. So from here, like right away in the winter time, this is the winter one that from inside the window. So this one grew out and filled out in the winter, and then this one started growing, and since I brought it outside, this is the new part, and in here is the one that will grow and come out in the winter time, and it just keeps doing that. I need to take it back, and I want to take it back pretty far. I just don't know what these big guys will tolerate. I also want to put something in here that'll spread these two out so that they're not completely touching. If this is going to be a clump style, I have to make it pretty. And I have to stop touching the stems. Stop touching trunks, I mean. Because it really hurts. Alright. What did I do with it? Oh, yeah. Alright. So, I want to keep this short. Now, the branches naturally grow all from the same spot up the trunk. So, I kind of opened up the bottom and cut everything back down here. But I see there's more branches that died off, which happens when you move it from inside to outside, and also from outside to inside. So I'm just going to take off any dead ones I see. I think that was about it. This one's broken. I'll just chop that back for now. Yeah. So you can see how big this is, and I need to bring it back. So online it said, the ones that said you could chop them back, said to chop them back to make sure that there's still green needles on the trunk. So there's some green needles down here, and they're really sharp, like really sharp. Good grief. I should have gloves on. My work gloves are in the truck. Anyway, and then there's the ones from during the winter time that are really, really green, and then this long internode from it being in here that are somewhat green. So I am going to cut it right in the middle of these darker green ones here, in this shorter internode, and hope for the best. So my front is here, I believe. No. Oh yeah, my front was here. This was my front because that's the only way I could open it up. And I know the big tree's at the back, but that's what I did. But that could change too. I don't know if these are going to survive this year with all these big chops. So, alright, let's do this. Halfway through. Ready? Hold your breath. There it is. It's chopped off. Now apparently, you can root all of these stems and branches like you would a cutting. And I tried, and the branch lived through winter, but I don't think it rooted. I think it just stayed living like a cutting would, and I had it in soil. So I don't know if I'll try again. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really need any other big trees. I just took it for a friend because she had no room for it anymore. Okie dokie. So, the next one, I think I'll do the same thing. Now the ones, ow! Jeez! Don't touch the branches either behind the soft part. Very sharp. Gosh. Anyway, so the ones under here from wintertime are only green on one side, but I'm going to cut it there anyway. So I'm going to do the same thing as here, right through the middle. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And there goes that. Okay, so wow, that's insane. It's like a whole tree. It's like that guy's forest that I was looking at the other day. His whole forest looked like the top of that tree. Whoa! I'm taller now. How's that? All right. Okay. What's it look like now? It looks like a shorter, really bushy tree. Okay. So, face it this way, because that's apparently the front. And I moved the camera down a little bit. So it looks like a really hugely wide clump of trees. And it is a really hugely wide clump of trees. So these branches don't look so good, but they're green on the tips, so we'll see what comes of it. So I want these to thicken up. Ow! And it's got green here and a little bit of green here. So I think to be safe, I'll cut it here. Okay. You can use that as a frisbee. It's like a UFO or a starfish. Don't mind me. It's really cold out here, and I'm not wearing warm enough clothes, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. This one's not so green. So I'm just going to cut it right below where the branches attach to the trunk. So this is how the branches get. They just form a rosette there, and they all get these little lumps all the way around. They'll all have a big lump there. And I'm not sure if that'll stop once it bushes out or what. We'll find out. We'll find out together. This one here, same thing. I'm going to cut it just in the center of that green. And I'm not sure if I want to cut the branches yet. I might wait to find out what dies back when I bring it inside the house. It always dies back like this inside the house. And when I bring it outside, the same thing. I'm not sure why it does that, but you can see where I cut back one of the dying branches as an experiment, and the new growth is really nice. Yeah. And we'll see if it, we'll see what it does. I have no idea what this tree will do. Yeah. It sure looks interesting now, doesn't it? I will need to shorten all these branches. I just want to see what it's going to do first, I think. So I'll have to bring this one inside and go from there. Yeah. So that's it. There's nothing else to see until later. Droopy little thing. And that's what I took off of there. Look at that. That big mess. Amazing, eh? So maybe I'll try and root one of those tops. You never know, eh? Thanks for watching, everyone. Be safe out there.